Brad Pitt's quiet comeback, a love that doesn't need a wedding ring. After more than 3 decades in the spotlight, Brad Pitt is no longer just known for his acting chops, classic good looks, or iconic roles. These days, the Hollywood veteran is drawing attention for something far more subtle. A quiet, steady love story that's unfolding far from the red carpets and tabloid headlines. At 61, it seems Brad has finally found what he truly needs: peace, privacy, and a woman who asks for nothing more than to simply be with him. No spotlight, no ceremony, no pressure. Brad Pitt recently returned to Los Angeles after nearly 3 months, filming The Heart of the Beast in New Zealand. While some fans speculated that the long distance may have strained his relationship with girlfriend Ines de Ramon, the reality couldn't be further from the truth. As he stepped back into the city, it became clear that not only were they still together, their bond was stronger than ever. Since going public with their relationship in late 2022, Brad and Ines have taken a refreshingly quiet approach to love. There are no Instagram declarations, no paparazzi-friendly date nights, and no red carpet strolls hand in hand. And that's exactly how they seem to like it. Unlike Brad's previous highly publicized romances, this relationship feels private, grounded, and deeply real. Ines, a jewelry executive with a background far removed from Hollywood, is unlike anyone Brad has dated before. She doesn't chase fame. She doesn't need a script or a camera to be noticed. And that, perhaps, is what makes her the perfect match for a man who spent most of his life being watched, scrutinized, and sensationalized. Brad feels calm and balanced around Ines, a close source shares. She doesn't compete with him, she doesn't chase attention, and she gives him a sense of normalcy he hasn't had in years. The couple currently lives together in Brad's Los Angeles home, but there's no wedding in the cards. And it's not because of a lack of love. It's because Brad Pitt no longer believes in marriage. After the emotional wreckage of his divorce from Angelina Jolie, the legal battles, the custody fights, the public shaming, he's simply had enough of trying to make love official through paperwork. Brad loves Ines deeply, a friend close to the actor says, but he doesn't want to get married, and he's not looking to have more kids. The fallout from his last marriage took too much out of him, watching his children drift away, some cutting contact entirely. That kind of pain changes a person. For decades, Brad was the poster boy for the ideal husband and father, at least in the public eye. He was the man who seemed to have it all: career, charisma, and a picture-perfect family. But when that image shattered, amid allegations of abuse, battles with addiction, and endless courtroom drama, Brad was forced to reevaluate everything he thought love and family meant. And that's why Ines is so different. She didn't fall in love with Brad the movie star. She's not in it for the glamour, the headlines, or the legacy. She's in it for the man behind all that, the one who's been bruised, who's been humbled, and who's learning, slowly but surely, how to love again. When Brad returned from New Zealand, fans were surprised to see a fresh new look. His hair cropped short, his face lightly stubbled, and his overall vibe lean and athletic. A sharp contrast to the disheveled, long-haired look he sported earlier this year. He looked ready to step back into the spotlight, not for validation, but because he has something worth sharing. Starting with his upcoming film F1, set to premiere worldwide this summer. Gone is the Brad Pitt of the early 2000s, the heartthrob who made headlines with every step. The Brad of 2025 is quieter, calmer, and fully in charge of his own narrative. He has his films, he has his peace. And most importantly, he has someone who doesn't need him to prove anything. In the coming weeks, Brad will embark on a global press tour for F1, with major red carpet premieres in New York, June 16th, and London, June 23rd. But even with the chaos of that schedule, he's making time for Ines, not with flashy gestures or photo ops, but in the quiet, meaningful ways that matter. A walk through the garden, a shared cup of coffee, a conversation without cameras, a long hug that says, "I'm still here." For Brad Pitt, love no longer needs to be declared. It only needs to be lived. And perhaps that's what makes this chapter of his life the most authentic one yet. A love that doesn't need a wedding ring to be real. A life that doesn't need to be perfect to be beautiful. The lingering ache, Brad Pitt's strained bond with his children. Yet even as Brad finds solace in his relationship with Ines, a profound ache persists, the growing distance between him and his 6 children. The aftermath of his tumultuous divorce from Angelina Jolie in 2016 has left indelible scars, not just on their legal records, but on the very fabric of their family. In recent years, the chasm has widened. On her 18th birthday, Shiloh made the poignant decision to legally drop Pitt from her surname, opting to be known as Shiloh Jolie. This move mirrored similar choices by her sisters, Zahara and Vivienne, who have also distanced themselves from their father's name. Such actions have reportedly left Brad devastated, viewing them as emblematic of a deeper estrangement that words alone cannot mend. The roots of this rift trace back to a harrowing incident in 2016 aboard a private plane, where Brad, allegedly under the influence, was involved in a confrontation that escalated into physical altercations with Angelina and some of their children. While no criminal charges were filed, the episode marked a turning point, casting a long shadow over Brad's relationship with his family. Today, Brad's interactions with his children are minimal. While he maintains some contact with the younger twins, Knox and Vivienne, his relationships with the older children, Maddox, Pax, Zahara, and Shiloh, remain strained. Despite his efforts, including reaching out on special occasions like birthdays and holidays, the responses have been tepid at best. A source close to the actor shared, "Brad is aware and upset about the distance. He misses his children deeply and wishes things were different, but he understands that rebuilding trust takes time and consistent effort." In the quiet moments, away from the cameras and the scripts, Brad grapples with the weight of regret. He acknowledges past mistakes and harbors hope for reconciliation. As he navigates this new chapter with Ines, he remains committed to healing old wounds, holding on to the belief that, in time, bridges can be rebuilt and familial bonds restored. Tensions surrounding Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's family grew even more intense after reports revealed that two of their children, Vivienne and Shiloh, have chosen to drop Pitt from their surnames. Shiloh officially filed to change her name from Shiloh Jolie-Pitt to Shiloh Jolie on her 18th birthday, May 27, 2024. Vivienne's name was also listed as Vivienne Jolie in the playbill of a 2024 stage musical she worked on as a production assistant. It's unclear whether she legally changed her name, but the symbolic gesture spoke volumes. This isn't the first time signs have emerged that members of the Jolie-Pitt family are distancing themselves from the Pitt name. Zahara, the couple's eldest daughter, reportedly introduced herself as Zahara Marley Jolie while joining a sorority at Spelman College, as seen in a video of her induction. Meanwhile, TMZ reports that Maddox, Pitt's oldest son, has also dropped the Pitt surname informally, though he hasn't filed for a legal name change. A few months after the news broke about Shiloh's name change, sources told People that Brad Pitt was both aware and deeply hurt. He's aware and upset that Shiloh dropped his last name. He's never felt more joy than when she was born. He always wanted a daughter, the source revealed. The reminders that he's lost his children. Of course, that's not easy for Brad. He loves them and misses them dearly. It's very sad. This revelation follows previous reports that Pitt once blocked Shiloh from testifying about her custody preferences during his court battle with Jolie. Sources told Us Weekly that in 2021, when Shiloh was 14, she wanted to take the stand to express her own wishes regarding custody. Pitt reportedly intervened and prevented her from doing so, and ultimately the judge ruled in his favor. As a result, Shiloh never had the opportunity to speak in court. After 8 years, Pitt and Jolie's divorce is finalized on December 30, 2024. It was finally confirmed that Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie had reached a divorce settlement 8 years after first announcing their separation. In a statement to People, Jolie's legal team said she has spent the last several years focused on finding peace and healing for their family. This is just one part of a long, ongoing process that started 8 years ago, the statement read. Frankly, Angelina is exhausted, but she is relieved this one part is over. The exact terms of the settlement have not been made public.